Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my scope. I'm going to be doing some morning inspiration. I thought I'd do that today as a way to encourage myself as well as you. So you'll see my blog post, which is titled Encourage Yourself. You can find more at my blog spot, www.natural411.me. Thank you for tuning in today. Hope I say something to encourage you. I'm going to flip the camera around shortly and start off by showing you my natural hair. Let's see. Well, look at those curls. I got some great definition using the Curls product by Curl Goddess. Great products. My hair is actually growing, and I think I am in love with my hair. I do not take it for granted because there was a time when I was struggling with my hair, but now I'm pretty comfortable with it. It's growing a whole bunch. But anyway, let's get into saying something to encourage somebody this morning. I wrote a blog post yesterday on encouraging yourself because I know with myself as well as others that sometimes we are faced with some hard times, and you may not know the direction that is good to take. But when I was looking in the scriptures, it says, Proverbs 3 and 5 says, Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Another scripture says, Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain thee. He will never let the righteous be forsaken. And that is the New International Version, because sometimes we find ourselves just worrying. What do I need to do with this situation? Sometimes it's just best to wait. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You just have to wait for him to give you an answer, some sort of direction, because if you make an impulsive move, it may not be the best move. So in life, we have to be careful not to be impulsive, doing things on a whim or just because I think I should do it that way. Because sometimes you cannot change things after you make those impulsive moves. When I talk with my patients, a lot of time I talk about not being impulsive, making rash decisions. And so for me today, I have to listen to what I would tell somebody else, because right now I'm trying to figure out how to handle a situation. And I guess I have to encourage myself not to be worried about the outcome. We heard that on Sunday, to expect things to change. We have to build our faith and wait for the situation to change, no matter what it looks like, no matter how it feels. If we go off of how things feel and how it look, it may not look like it's going to change. And we have to believe and trust God that our situation will change. Sometimes that's kind of difficult to do, to just believe that it's going to change because it looks so bleak. Like, oh, this happened, that happened. But I've learned that we have to focus on, give hearts if you're watching, give focus on the things that he done for us in the past. And I saw what they called today Testimony Tuesday. Around this time last year, I was dealing with some things, and I ended up having to have surgery. I was almost sick unto death. I spent like about 15 days in the hospital from a procedure that was supposed to last about, well, I would have been in there for only about like 3 days. And God brought me out of that sickness. I'm not 100%, but I am much better off than I was prior to surgery. Still have a lot to deal with my physical health because I suffer with chronic pain, and then dealing with the mishaps from the surgery. But I have to think about that God brought me through the surgery. He has started to help me to gain weight again and be able to eat, because there was a period where I couldn't hold down food. I actually had came home with a drain bag, and they wanted to have me having home health. Who has home health at 43? I was like, oh my God, I got to go home with home health. So to me, that was like mind battles. Mind battles. Mind battles are some of the things that can take you out. That's like dealing with stress and anxiety. Because when you worry, those symptoms come out in somatic complaints, stomach aches, headaches. A lot of other physical ailments come to the body from that. So for me, just worrying about the outcome of situations increases my stress. And so I have to learn to find peace in. There was a phone call coming in. Anyway, have to find peace in God and strength to make it through whatever situation. So today, my coming on the scope today is to encourage someone who's dealing with a difficult situation, and just to know that God is the answer and He gives us strength. You can look at my blog that I wrote called Encourage Yourself. You may check that out at www.natural411.me. And if you want to know more about my natural hair journey, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at naturallynora40. And you can learn more about how I take care and manage my hair. You can support my cause by my custom tees. They are both encouraging Christian tees as well as natural hair tees. And they're also found on my blog. And thank you for tuning in today. And check back in soon.